Go. Here you go. Here you go. Here again. Here we back at silver. Yeah, silver back at 90. Back to 90. All-time high $93. And by the way, I've done several videos on silver and we discussed about the silver short. Usually I present quite a bunch of stuff on Twitter. All right. I try my best to research as much as possible, but definitely there's some bias, or I'd rather say the numbers, inflated numbers. So keeping all that aside, right now what I'm going to present to you on is the AI side, more or less aggregated data. And this is coming from the mainstream. You'll see a little bit of toned down version, okay? Keeping the numbers aside, which is probably, like I said, a lot lower than what I presented earlier, like banks shorting 4 times what the supply. Keeping all that aside, at least you will see the list here. You'll know which banks are heavy, like short. Okay, so in no particular order, I'm just going to give you the list in a second. Let me just read some. Specific bank names surface in market analysis, news report, and social media discussions, often based on historical patterns, lawsuits, or rumored exposures. However, much of this is speculative or unverified, as exact positions aren't publicly disclosed. Claims of massive individual shorts, example, billions of ounces exceed global annual silver production, 800 to 900 million ounces approx, and are likely exaggerated. Yeah. And it also says mainstream sources emphasize that some banks have reduced or flipped shorts to longs amid the 2025-26 price surge. Never happened in history. All right. While others highlight ongoing shorts contributing to squeeze dynamics. Below is a compilation of banks mentioned across sources as holding or recently holding significantly short positions in silver futures or derivatives. All right, you ready? Number 1, TD Securities. They're going down. All of them hate silver. They hate silver that runs the society. Imagine these banks, they hate silver. TD Securities initiated multiple tactical short positions in silver futures in late 25 and early 26, including one at $78, targeting $40 per ounce. They're targeting 40 per ounce. JP Morgan Chase, frequently cited for a large historical short position. Example, potential 13.7 billion exposure tied to past manipulation fines, 920 million in 2020. Some reports claim they have flipped to net long to profit from the rally. Of course, profit from the rally, but they still hate silver. Citigroup, rumored to hold significant shorts, 3.4 billion ounces in unverified claims. Bank of America, speculative reports claim shorts of 1 billion ounces. HSBC, commonly listed among non-US banks with lingering shorts, especially in COMEX and OTC markets. HSBC. Bank of Nova Scotia. Really? Totally underwater. Named in discussions of viral short squeeze rumors and as a key bullion bank with potential COMEX exposures. BNP Paribas. BNP Paribas, highlighted in social media and analysis as one of the foreign banks likely holding net shorts in silver futures. BNP Paribas, Indian bank? UBS, likely among non-US banks maintaining significant net shorts based on concentration data and historical bullion trading rules. Barclays, identified as a probable foreign bank with heavy short exposure in COMEX silver. Barclays? What is this? Societe Generale, cited as part of the group of European banks. Still net short with potential OTC derivative involvement. Standard Chartered, mentioned among non-US bullion banks remaining significantly short on COMEX. Goldman Sachs, referenced as a clearing member and short seller in CME context, with conflicts noted in risk management during squeezes. What are we witnessing here? These are the top tier elite banks in the world. Look at this: JP Morgan, Citigroup, Bank of America, which is a garbage bank. Then you have Barclays, Standard Chartered, Goldman Sachs. Not surprised. These mentions come from a mix of financial news. Example, Kitco. Again, these are the sources. I'm not going to dig deeper to verify the numbers right now, but more or less makes sense because if we have seen this before, the numbers could be a little bit exaggerated, inflated, but this is right there. You know the banks. It's kind of funny when banks, all of them hated crypto, stablecoins, or whatever. Now you can see what's happening, the clarity. A little side topic, and now they are accepting, adapting it. Yeah, this is a good thing. Wait, how is it a good thing? Banks never wanted anything good for you. Anyways, keeping all that aside, these mentions come from a mix of financial news, regulator data, and community discussions. Pro-precious metal sources often amplify manipulation narratives, while mainstream outlets like Bloomberg and CCN stress that no systemic bank failures are evident, and many positions are hedges rather than naked bets. The ongoing short squeeze talk is fueled by physical demand outstripping supply for 5 years. This is also something you can't ignore, which I always mention, that silver physical is totally different than whatever we're trading with, all stocks and Ponzi's and crypto. That's totally fine. But the real stuff that people are building, EVs, batteries, whatever, electronics, systems, computers, rockets, missiles, and all these, they need silver. And now you can see the manipulation happening. Right now, as this very moment, I'm doing this video, it's at 90, and that's also crazy. You can call this a stable coin. I'm not even surprised. Like, looking at the whole thing going up from 39 to just 90 and sitting there, and we are like, oh my god, it's a stable coin. What happened to silver? Hey, move, silver. How much do you want it to move? Calm down. Let it stay there for a while. Let it take a breather. There'll be some manipulation and volatility. I wouldn't be surprised. But those who know what's coming, they'll probably be, like we say, strong hands, diamond hands, right? Anyways, just wanted to present. I wanted to keep my rant out, but just couldn't have, my bad. Anyways, let me know what you think about the banks here. Do you have an account with any of these banks by any chance? Just curious. Wow, how come Wells Fargo is not here? Wells Fargo is not here? Surprise. And there's no, what do you call, the local banks, unions. Alright, I'm out.